So I will start with the coaches. My apologies. Please welcome Jeff Croft, Richard Harris and Nathan Willard, and the EO Brad Puckett. And behind the fence, the scorer, Nikki Nubman. Carter have won the toss and will be in the field to start this game. So leading off in the bottom of the first inning will be the centre fielder, Ethan Clugston. Batting second, playing second base, Lincoln Case. Batting third, doing the catching, Campbell Harris. In the clean-up spot, playing first base, Adam Kraft. Position 5, batter 5, third baseman, Lachlan New. The shortstop, Riley Puckett. Batting 7 and starting on the mound, Fletcher Willard. Batting 8, the left fielder, Jake Jeffrey. And batting 9, the right fielder, Lachlan White. Please also welcome the rest of the MacArthur side, Andrew James Nutman, Riley Elliott, Ryan Hurst, and Cooper Owens. And the Right Hawks, the manager, Matt O'Neill, assistant coaches, Matt Nixon and Joe Nadai, and EO, Kerry Choi. And doing the scoring for Ride, Joe Heap. And leading off for the Right Hawks, the shortstop, Lachlan Heap. Batting second, the third baseman, Joshua Natai. On the mound in the bottom of the first, the pitcher, Alistair Ballantyne. Starting in centre field, Simon Slapetta. Batting 5, the second baseman, Callum Flint. The right fielder, Miguel Nixon. The left fielder, Christian Lane. First baseman, batting number 8, Daniel Thwaites. And doing the catching, batting in the 9 hole, Jonah Chitty. And please welcome the rest of the Right Hawks. On the bench, Bradley Dalton, Matt Harris, Ethan Katarik, Isabel Lambert, and Seven Stevens. Calling balls and strikes in this Junior League Championship game. Behind the plate, Alex Palmer. First base, Alex Kane. Third base, Aidan Rogers. Please welcome your umpires. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please welcome the very talented Kellen Haynes, who will play Advance Australia Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and remove your hats for the Australian National Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, champion sits in with moments away from the Junior League New South Wales State Championship Final. Well, the stage is set for a big final here at Aquatic Ballpark. A very good afternoon to everyone watching online, and thank you for tuning in. The managers are just out on the home plate with home plate umpire Alex Palmer to go over the ground rules of this championship final. Both of these teams are undefeated with 4-0 records. MacArthur surviving an absolute nail-biter on Diamond 2 earlier today, and Rye getting the job done clinically in their semi-final also. So it is going to be a very good game. The question is, have MacArthur got the pitching? Well, they tell me they do, and it's going to be a very good game here this afternoon. It's the big question when it comes down to these kind of games. But as we saw in the intermediate final, you battle and you battle and you battle all the way to the end. You never say die. And we expect nothing less in this game tonight. All the formalities are done with. MacArthur are in the field, ready to go. It's going to be Fletcher Willard on the mound to get things started for MacArthur. MacArthur just going through their final warm-ups. Fletcher Willard stretching himself out on the mound. Of course, this game being played on the main diamond here at Aquatic Ballpark, so they're pitching from the bottom part of the full-size mound.
Mom, just message me when I come back off.
And we're set here now. We'll bring the lineups in between the innings. But it's Lachlan Heap to lead things off for the Ride Hawks. And it's ball one from Lachlan Willard. And strike one. Willard finding the zone. Downstairs, ball two. Fouling that one off. Up the first baseline, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch getting away from Willard, filling up the count. And punches that one into left field. Long run over there. The ball just bounces left on it. Jake Goffrey. Wouldn't have mattered though. He's only in there with a single. And that is the first hit of this ball game for the Ride side. Josh Nadai now up to bat. Pick-off attempt over at first base. Gets away. Heap moves up to second base on the error. First pitch to Nadai is in there for strike one. Through the left side off the bat of Nadai. Hard ground ball. And Ryder on the board early in this championship final. Alistair Ballantyne now. The hitter for Ride. As Nadai steals second base. On the outside corner for strike one. Good pitch by Willard. 2 balls and a strike. Fouls that one off. Good swing at that one from Ballantyne. 2-2 now. Getting away from the catcher. Campbell Harris, quick throw over to third base, but not in time. That eye moves up on the pass ball. 3 balls and 2 strikes now for Ballantyne. Ride threatening here early in the first. And it will be ball 4, so runners on the corners now. Called strike 1 on the hitter, Simon Slapetta. Getting the start in centre field tonight. Outside corner, strike 2. Good location there by Willard. Oh, and 2 now. Curveball crunched, foul and out of play up the first base line. Nicely executed there by Willard. But Slapetta rather, up to the task. Fouled off again. Going deep into this one. Curve ball again, this time hit up the first baseline. Takes a nasty hop and called foul. So close there for Slapetta. Just called foul up there by first base umpire Alex Kane. Pitch is getting away a little bit. Only the first ball by Willard. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looking for the first out here in the top of the first. Another foul ball. Slapetta good at identifying pitches that need to be fouled off. Another foul ball into the back screen. Fouling it off. Ride started the campaign on Friday with a 16-0 victory over Manly before running past Cronulla Blue 13-3. Said they're 4-0. It's actually 5-0, the records for both teams. Another foul off the bat of Slapetta. Ride Red defeating Hills 17-0. They won their quarter-final against Hills Blue 10-0 and then defeated Hills Red this morning 12-1 to go through to this championship final and book their ticket to the National Championships in May in West Beach in Adelaide next month. So it is 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Simon Slapetta. Fletcher Willard really made to work hard here. Slapetta fouling off pitches left, right and centre. Through the hole on the left side is going to score 1. Matt O'Neill was waving Ballantyne through but then held him up at the last minute once Gaffney picked up the ball. And it's an RBI single for Simon Slapetta. Ride driving in the second run of this ball game. Still nobody out. And up to bat now Callum Flint. Slapetta, first pitch goes up to second base. Takes it unchallenged. So threatening early here are the Hawks. Nice pitch there by Willard. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off into the coach's box and handled over there by Matt O'Neill. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count for Callum Flint. It's been a fast start here for this right Hawks side. Outside corner, breaking ball. Bounces in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Harris, but not far enough away for Ballantyne to score. 2-2 now the count.
2-2, 2 on. 2-0 ball game. Willard with the pitch. Just missing a little bit high. 3-2. Runs the count full. And this game, of course, 7-inning game. So no time barriers. That ball punched into centre field, but in front of Clugston out there, who picks it up, fires back into the middle of the diamond, gets away from the pitcher Willard, but cleaned up nicely by Harris, and that's a single for Flint. And he drives in another run for Ryde. They're now out to a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Outside corner, called a ball. Miguel Nixon the hitter for Ryde. Down there for strike one. Outside corner, but called a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2-2 now for Miguel Nixon. Willard working hard for the first out. Hit hard on the ground to the shortstop, Puckett. Long fire across the diamond. Great play by the MacArthur shortstop there. He will score a run, though, with Slapetta coming across the plate. Nixon is retired, first out of the inning. The ball just getting past Lachlan New at third base, but Riley Puckett was there to back him up. And he made a good collect and throw across the diamond for the first out. 1 away here in the top of the first. That ball getting away from Harris this time, far enough away for Ryde to score, and it will be Callum Flint coming across to score the 5th run for the Hawks. That one will go down as a wild pitch. Three balls now for Christian Lane. And that's in there. Nice curveball by Willard. Gets it in there for a strike. 3 balls and 1 strike. Pops it up. Clugston moves underneath it and makes the catch out there in centre field for the second out of the inning. So Willard gets the second out. And now up to bat will be the first baseman, Daniel Thwaites. And Thwaites takes that pitch on the outside corner from Willard for strike one. Good location by the young starting pitcher for MacArthur. Backs to the wall, but he's out there fighting, doing a really good job. That pitch fouled off, so 0-2 into the crowd of Ride supporters to our left. We might need to move the tent back over to the top of our head, I think, Chris. Now that that sun has gone. No need for it to be strategically placed. Thwaites now 0-2 down in the dirt. Harris unable to block, but there's no runners on, so doesn't cost him anything. Willard looking for the third out here in the top of the first. Down in the dirt again. Willard going to his curveball a lot here in the first inning. Seems to be working for him a little bit. Making Ride earn their path onto the bases. He's only walked one so far, 4 hits for the 5 runs. Hit to the shortstop hard. Bounces off the glove of Puckett, goes over his head. That was a hard hit ball, and young Riley Puckett couldn't do much with it. And that will be a hit to Thwaites. 5th hit of this first inning. So Jonah Chitty for the Ride side, absolutely the nicknamed Bang Bang. And that one just fouled up the line and out of play. Willard with a first pitch strike on Chitty. Willard checking on Thwaites at first. Thwaites takes off again. Chitty fouling off for the second time. Thwaites getting plenty of running practice. This game played on an 80-foot diamond, each base path 80 feet long. 54 inches on the pitcher's mound, or to the pitcher's mound from home plate. And up there, just missing strike. What could have been strike 3, but called a ball by home plate umpire Alex Palmer. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chitty goes bang bang into left field. It's going to be down for a base hit. Thwaites turns the corner at third. Chitty turns at first, heads up to second. And it's an RBI double for Chitty. Chitty, bang, bang. Jonah Chitty with the stand-up double. And it's another run on the scoreboard for the Ride Hawks. Back to the top of the lineup now for Lachlan Heap. Punches this ball into right field. And Lachlan White is underneath it. He makes the third out, but it's a big 6th inning, a big first inning for Ride. They've scored 6 here to take a commanding lead in this one. And we will now bring you those lineups for the MacArthur side. They are the home side, winning the coin toss before the game. Ethan Clugston's at centre field, Lincoln Case at second base, Campbell Harris is the catcher, Adam Craft is at first, Lachlan New at third, Riley Puckett at shortstop, Fletcher Willard. Tough job for him, but he's done well. Battled hard. He's the pitcher. Jake Goffrey at left field, Lachlan White in right field. That is the MacArthur lineup brought to you by the Rallies Group for all your inclinator needs. Give the Rallies Group a call. And the right side lineup brought to you by Kennards Hire. Make your job easy for all your hire needs. Go to Kennards Hire. And we've seen 10 of these guys so far. Lachlan Heap, he's the shortstop. Josh Nuteyes at third base. Alistair Ballantyne's the pitcher. Simon Slopetto's in centre field. Callum Flint's the second baseman. Miguel Nixon's in right field. Christian Lane's in left field. Daniel Thwaites, the first baseman. And Jonah Chitty, the catcher for the Riot Hawks. Loving the game and the passion from the commentator guy. So big job for MacArthur here. Ethan Clugson's going to lead things off. He's going to be the first to face Alistair Ballantyne. Very funky action from the ride starter. Ball disappearing behind his head and then a big slingshot action on the release. First pitch is wide for ball one. Second pitch high for ball two. Clugston getting a couple of looks as a fly flies into his face. A couple of moths floating around the ballpark. Down for ball three. So Ballantyne just struggling for a bit of location and control here in the bottom of the first. Finds the outside corner here though and gets strike one. 3 balls and 1 strike for Ethan Clugston. And strike 2 at the top of the zone. Fills the count up at 3-2. And down, so he goes upside, top corner, bottom corner for a couple of strikes, and he gets the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. One away here in the bottom of the first. Fouls that one off. One strike for Lincoln Case. Another foul off. 0-2 now for the MacArthur second baseman. Good to see some very passionate exchanges on our chat. Big thank you to everyone for tuning in. If you do have any questions, send them through. We'll try and get them answered for you. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're supporting. Plenty of supporters on both sides of the diamond here, although with a lot of the ride guys here from the intermediate game do have a few more. Popped up, middle of the infield. Pitcher goes after it. Ballantyne makes the catch. The Waits didn't call him off. And that's 2 away here. Fouls that one off over into the spectators next to the MacArthur dugout. Almost a casualty over there, but it got through everyone. 1 ball and 1 strike now for Harris, the catcher. Ball hit to the third baseman, picks it up, long throw, but Harris is going to be up there safely. And MacArthur are on the board here in the first inning with a hit. Little infield dribbler. Josh Nadai did very well to get it down onto it, made a good strong throw over to first base. But Campbell Harris did well to get up to first base. So 2 away here for Adam Kraft. Punches that one foul and into the right dugout protection screen. Coming in handy over there. Oh, and 1 for Kraft. Bouncing off the glove of the catcher, Chitty. And Harris will move up to second on the pass ball. Maybe got a little bit crossed up there with his pitcher, Ballantyne. One and 1. Down and in there for strike 2. So 1 and 2 now for Chitty. Chitty moved across, maybe expecting a fastball. So Chitty moving across, thinking he was going to break inside, but the ball stayed elevated and hit him on the chest protector. So maybe a couple of cross-ups there. Matt O'Neill identifying that, just coming out to have a chat with his battery, make sure they're on the same page. So Campbell Harris stands at second base. Adam Kraft with a 1-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Swings and misses. And it's a big strike 3 to end the inning. Right, not really realising it with Harris trying to steal third. But it was Adam Kraft going down on strikes to end the inning. So after the 1 in the books here in the New South Wales Junior League State Championship Final against the Right Hawk 6. MacArthur All-Stars 0 on the Procar Automotive scoreboard. So Josh Nadeau will lead things off for the Riot Hawks in the top of the second inning. And a nice curveball there by Willett gets strike one. Hard ground ball through the left side, through the 5-6 hole. Cleaned up by Ethan Clugston out there at centre field. And it is a single for Josh Nadai. Alistair Ballantyne, the pitcher. Nadai takes off. Pitch out for MacArthur. Oh, good strong throw by Harris. Just a little bit late. Nadai going on first move and he takes second base. So 1 ball, no strikes for Ballantyne. That one missing outside for ball 2. Willard getting the job done here. Putting the ball over the plate, making Ride swing. It's just unfortunate for Willard that Ride, a very good hitting team, have been able to put the ball in play on 7 occasions. Scoring themselves 6 runs so far in 1+ innings. That one punch in the right field. Lachlan White's underneath it, makes a good catch. Josh Nadai not moving. And first out here for the MacArthur side. Ballantyne just picking out Lachlan White in right field, a couple of steps to move underneath it. He makes the catch. So Simon Slipetta now hitting from the left side of the plate. Nadai takes off the third, pitch out. And thrown over the head of the third baseman. It's going to be Gaffney to run over and clean it up. Nadai will come in to score on the throwing error. Right now out to a 7-0 lead. Three and 0 here for Slipetta. And it does take ball 4, so he is a base runner. Slipetta takes off and steals second base. Ball just getting away from the catcher, Harris. Jack Cummins, you were very close. You'd certainly hit it hard through the left side. You've seen some big hitting this weekend. As a stray ball just finds its way ball thrown out of play. We can continue playing. Splitter goes and steals third base, so right with another runner 90 feet away. 2 balls and no strikes for Callum Flint. 3 balls rather. Well, might be 2. And there's a strike from Willard. 2-1. Very confusing hand signal from the home plate umpire. Has his knuckles very close to his extended fingers. So it is 2-1. And Callum Flint fouling that one off out of play into the night sky. Even in the count at 2-2. So the 2-2 here for Flint. Pulls the ball again through the left side, just where Josh Nadeau went to start this inning. And it's another run on the board for the Hawks. And we're going to have the first of our pinch hitters here in the top of the second. Callum Flint's aboard at first base. And the new hitter for Ryde is going to be Bradley Dalton. He's going to hit in place of Miguel Nixon. Caught an RBI on the ground here in his first at bat. Ryde just running at wheel here. Knowing that Willard is going to his off speed more often than not, gives the runner plenty of time. And good throw by Harris, but Flint gets in just ahead of the throw. And it's a 1-1 or 0-2 count here for Brad Dalton. Pinch hitting here in the top of the second inning. Of course, every player needing to receive 1 plate appearance and defensive time in the field, and Brad Dalton goes down looking at that strike 3 pitch on the inside corner. So that's 2 away here in the top of the second. Fletcher Willard doing a magnificent job on the mound for MacArthur. That pitch gets away for ball 1 from Christian Lane. And the pitch called a ball, so 2 balls and no strikes. Callum Flint standing at third, looking to score another run for the Hawks. Fletcher Willard looking for strike 3. Hit in the air. Ethan Clugston moves underneath it. Makes the catch, and that'll be the third out here. So Ethan Clugston making the third out in both the first and the second inning. And after the top of the second, Ryde lead 8-0 over the MacArthur All-Stars as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. So Lachlan New will lead things off here for MacArthur in the bottom of the second inning. He takes strike one. Strike three there for Lachlan New. He's down on strikes for the first out here in the bottom of the second. Riley Puckett now for the MacArthur side. Takes ball one on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. One ball, one strike. One ball, two now for the MacArthur shortstop. Alistair Ballantyne looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning, and he gets it with the strike. Well, he gets out number two with a strike on the outside corner. Ballantyne just firing strikes at will here. He's got two out here in the bottom of the second inning. Confirming the defensive alignment for the Right Hawks. Brad Dalton was a pinch hitter, and he is in right field. And Ethan Katarak has taken over at second base. One ball, one strike for the pitcher, Fletcher Willard. And a 1-2. And strike three on the bottom corner of the zone. And that'll finish the second inning. So after two innings on the Proco Automated Scoreboard, it's the Right Hawks 8, MacArthur All-Stars 0. It'll be Ethan Katarak to lead off here in the top of the third inning. New pitcher for MacArthur, Andrew James Nutman, comes onto the mound. He comes in to replace Fletcher Willard, and Ethan Katarak hits a hard ground ball straight back up the middle into centre field. And we might have a bit of an injury here. We're just about to announce the defensive changes. Riley Puckett moved from shortstop to second base, and he's just picked up an injury, just fell awkwardly receiving that ball back from Ethan Clugston in centre field. Matt Nixon, the ride first base coach, straight out to make sure he's all right. Riley Puckett moving from short to third. Lachlan New from third to short, and Ryan Hurst coming into play third base in place of Fletcher Willard. MacArthur defense now looking like this. Jake Gaffney's in left field, Ethan Clugston centre field, Lachlan White in right, Ryan Hurst at third, Lachlan New at short, Riley Puckett at second, Adam Kraft at first base, Lincoln Case the catcher, and Andrew James Nutman. This one hit to Lachlan New at second, to Puckett for one, and just can't finish the throw over to Adam Kraft for the second leg of the double play. Nicely turned by Riley Puckett and Lachlan New up the middle. They retire Ethan Katarak at second base. And Jonah Chitty moves up to second on the error by Riley Puckett. It'll be a fielder's choice and then an error for Riley Puckett. And I'll turn the lineup over for Lachlan Heap. Matt Harris now pinch hitting for Lachlan Heap. Swings at the first pitch on the outside by AJ Nutman. Hope he doesn't mind us calling him AJ. Big hello to Matt Cavill watching on the live stream. And Jonah Chitty going head first into third base on the stolen base. Outside corner. Missing. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fouled that one off. And pitch just a little bit high. Feels the count up. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Big thank you to Matt Battens for confirming that I can call him AJ. Rip into right field by Harris, and that's going to get all the way to the fence. A long run for Ethan Cluxton. We could see an inside the park home run as Harris turns around second base, but it's going to be cut off by Lachlan New in the middle of the diamond, and it's going to be a stand-up triple for Matt Harris. Nice work out there by Ethan Clugston and Lachlan White. Lachlan White ended up cleaning up the ball out near the fence, making a nice strong throw into Lachlan New at shortstop and keeping Matt Harris at third base. So Josh Nadai up for at bat number 3. And that pitch hit over the top. So 3 for 3 for Nadai. 2 hard ground balls through the 5-6 hole. And then that one getting over the top and down into left field. And it's another run on the board. Ethan Bickle, I think it's just the fact that one team has a little bit more pitching and hitting than another. I did speak with one of the coaches before the game, and their number one goal with MacArthur was just to make this final, which qualifies them for the national championships. And then this is just an extra game for these guys and just reward. So don't be disheartened. That Ride are out to a big lead here. Your MacArthur boys have done themselves very proud. They've battled in all 4 games that have qualified them for this game. One of them being a game that had to be played to even out the pitching. But they've come from behind on all 4 occasions in all 4 of their wins, and they've battled all the way to the end. So definitely something to be proud of for this MacArthur side in answer to your question, Ethan Bickle. 2 balls, 1 strike here for Alistair Ballantyne. Josh Nadai standing at first. Looks like Matt O'Neill has put on the no stealing sign. So Ride will have to swing the bat if they advance their runners. That one through the right side for Alistair Ballantyne, out to Lachlan White out there in right field. And it's a 12th base hit for this Ride Red team. It's just a good display of hitting by this Ride side. It'll certainly be a different ball game when they head down to Adelaide on the 13th of May. We certainly wish them and the Ride side all the best of luck down there, with the winner of that tournament to go to the Junior League World Series. Providing, of course, that the borders open up and we're allowed to travel. And there is a Junior League World Series at all, given everything going on in America. Simon Slapetta slaps that one out of play. No balls and 2 strikes for him. Nice pitch there by AJ. Gets Slapetta swinging and a missing. And the crowd over on the MacArthur side of the ground goes up. And that's a very well deserved out there by AJ Nutman. Going to have a pinch hitter here in the form of Isabel Lambert. First pitch to Lambert's down, just gets away from Lincoln Case, back doing the catching. Nadai and Ballantyne both move up 90 feet on that one that squirts through Lincoln Case. 1 ball, no strikes for Isabel Lambert. And it's going to be a balk called. So a bit of unfortunate circumstance there for AJ Nutman, called for a balk. Dropping the ball on the mound. Obviously trying to get his grip behind his hand, behind his back rather. And ball falling out. 2 balls, no strikes now for Isabel Lambert. Three balls and no strikes now. AJ Nutman looking for strike 1. And he gets it. Unplayed umpire Alex Palmer saying strike 1. 3-1 now the count. I can tell you, Matt Cavill, that the lights are still on and the fryers are still cooking. And a big hello to Shelby Wilson, just here to watch the baseball and support juniors doing what they love. Best of luck to both teams. Yes, definitely. They have got a journey ahead of them still. And ball 4 there for Isabel Lambert. There may or may not have been an interruption in last night's game, Matt Cavill, but we won't talk about that. Hopefully we'll get those issues fixed in the off-season. If you want, I can hold on to some hot chips if you want. If anyone does want string potato chips, we've got about 20 boxes still left over. So send us a message on our social media channels if you want a box of string chips, potato chips, going at a dirt cheap price. Bradley Dalton, the hitter now for the Red Hawks. Just missing up 2 balls, no strikes now. $11-0 here in the top of the third. Right have put 3 up. Runners on first and third. Alistair Ballantyne stands at third. Isabel Lambert at first. And Brad Dalton has a 3-0 count in his favour. And it does get away. So ball 4 for AJ Nutman. No worries, mate. Chicken salt added. I'll have them delivered to your house tonight. So we'll have another pinch hitter here. Just confirm the number. Only got one player left in my lineup, and that's Seven Stevens, number 77. And it is Seven Stevens to do the pinch hitting. Mercy rule is 15 after 4 or 10 after 5. So still a bit of baseball to be played here. We certainly won't be throwing them out, Kimmy. We've got plenty to go around. We have offered them up to the Little League Majors tournament, but I will certainly let our general manager know, and he is also very well aware that there are upcoming tournaments. So certainly won't go to waste. We just don't have the freezer capacity to store them between now and September when the next state league season kicks off, and that's strike one in there for AJ Nutman. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Seven Stevens looks like he's probably the smallest player on this Ride Hawks team. And inside, thankfully he's wearing an elbow guard. And to hit by a pitch, and that will bring the MacArthur manager out just to have a bit of a chat to AJ Nutman. He's done a great job out in the mound there. But it's been a long week for this MacArthur side. They've battled, and they've probably used a few more pitches than what they would have liked to use. They came back against Hills Red on Friday to win 12-8. They came back against Far North Coast to win 18-17. They came from behind against Cronulla White to beat Cronulla White 5-4. And then in today's semi-final, they led and then they were tired. And then they came back to win and held off Manly 5-4 in the last inning to get through to this game. Punched their ticket to West Beach for the National Championships. Meeting on the mound over, and it's back to the top of the order. No, it's not the top of the order. It's the 8-hole, Ethan Katarek. Katarek puts it into centre field. It's a long run out there from Ethan Cluxton. He can't get the third out for the third time tonight with this one. And it's a stand-up double for Ethan Katarek and another 2 runs on the scoreboard for the Riot Hawks. So Jonah Chitty, the bat with 2 out, and he's going to wear one in the back and hustle up to first base. No bang-bang from Chitty in this at-bat. And he'll load the bases and turn the lineup over now for Matthew Harris. So Matthew Harris up to bat. That pitch is up for ball 1. As much as you don't like seeing one-sided results, These things can happen at these type of tournaments, especially late, and especially the way that MacArthur have battled throughout the tournament. Pitching restrictions can play a big part. And pitch down and in for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. I've certainly been on the end of a big scoreline in a Little League championship game. But we achieved our objective, and that was to qualify for Nationals. We might have had a chance late in the game had we got an extra inning, but unfortunately it wasn't to be, and it looks like AJ Nutman's night is going to be over. Tough outing for Nutman, but he's battled hard on top of the mound. And it looks like Ethan Clugson's coming in from centre field to finish off this top of the third. So while Ethan comes in, we'll take a quick break and we'll be back for the final out, hopefully, of this top of the third inning. So Ethan Clugson's ready to go, searching for the final out of this top of the third inning. Just missing down and in for ball 1. Nadai rips that one, but foul over the Manly bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike for the Ride third baseman. Rip to the third baseman. Hurst, long throw across the diamond and gets the out at first base. Great play by Rolly Hurst. A good stretch by Adam Kraft. And MacArthur do get the third out in the top of the third inning. But Ride add a few more runs to this scoreboard. And they lead 15-0 heading to the bottom of the third. So a pitching change for the Riot Hawks. Isabel Lambert is going to get an opportunity to pitch here. Alistair Ballantyne has gone to centre field. A few more changes. We'll try and get through them as quickly as possible. Simon Slapetta has moved from centre field to shortstop. The shortstop, Ethan Katarek, has moved to first base. Seven Stevens comes in. He plays second base. He's staying in the game after pinch hitting. Oh, get out of play. And a nice catch over there by Jonah Chitty. Ball in the air by Gaffney, just not able to get out of play, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. So one away here, and it's going to be Lachlan White to bat. Fouls that one off to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. And kept busy out in the outfield as White. Made a good play on that triple from Katarek. So 2-2. Outside corner, swing and miss by Lachlan White, and he's down on strike. So 2 quick outs for Isabel Lambert, just doing the job, putting it where the MacArthur want it, but they can't get to it. And it's 2 out here. Cooper Owens, the batter for MacArthur, pinch hitting here in the bottom of the third. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch in there for strike 2. Isabel Lambert, 1 pitch away from a 1-2-3 inning here in the bottom of the third. Give her right side 1 more turn at bat. And that curveball is absolutely brilliant. Gets Cooper looking at strike 3. And that will end the bottom of the third. Ride lead it on the Proco Automotive scoreboard, 15-0. So top of the fourth here. Alistair Ballantyne leading things off. Cooper Owens striking out to finish the third inning. He's tasked with getting this fourth inning Riley Elliott has come in to play first base. Cooper Owens comes in for Ethan Clugston at the top of the lineup, so he'll get at least one bat potentially. Ballantyne fouls that one off to a 1-1 count over to the MacArthur crew outside the home dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes for Ballantyne. Just trying to see where Riley Elliott comes into the batting lineup. Who he has come in for. 1-2 for Ballantyne. Cooper Owens kicks and deals, a little bit high. 2-2 now the count. And that one punched into right field. Long run for Lachlan White. And it's a single for him, for Ballantyne, to start things off in the top of the fourth. And what will more than likely be our final inning here in the Junior League Championship final. Simon Slopetta, the batter now. Sorry, bit of a stutter. Takes ball 1 from Cooper Owens. Pitches up for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes for Cooper Owens. So the Junior League World Series, we were talking about that earlier. The winner of the Australian National Championships will go to the Junior League World Series, providing the borders are open and Australia is allowed to travel. They will be played from August 15 to 22. Will be held in Taylor, Michigan at Heritage Park. It'll be the 40th season it's been held in Taylor and the 40th season overall, so all 40 World Series Championships tournaments being held in Taylor, Michigan, 15th to the 27th of August. The defending champs from 2019 were the West Region, the Golden Hill Little League from Fullerton, California. Of course, that tournament not held last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic, so that is what awaits either Wright or MacArthur if they can get through the Australian Little League Championship, the Australian Junior League Championships, rather than at West Beach in Adelaide in May. And that'll be a walk for Simon Slopetta. Cooper Owens just pitched 1/3 of the inning against Far North Coast. Gave up 4 runs, all earned on 5 hits with a walk and a strikeout. Isabel Lambert drives that ball into left field, down for a base hit, and possibly more. It's going to knock in too with Ballantyne and Slopetta. Well, Slopetta being held at third by Matt O'Neill, and that's a stand-up double for Isabel Lambert. Great bit of hitting there by the Ride now pitcher. re-entry here with Miguel Nixon coming back into the lineup. Takes over from Bradley Dixon, who went 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Did score a run in his 2 plate appearances. The pitch is up for ball 1. And a nice play there by the shortstop, Lachlan New, getting Matt Nixon out at first base. First out here in the top of the 4th, but Simon Slupeta comes across to score, and Isabel Lambert moves up to 3rd base. (17-0) now to the Ride Hawks. Cooper Owens battling hard up there on the mound. He's got 1 out, and he's got 7 Stevens to deal with. One ball, no strikes to 7 Stevens. Ride 17 runs on 15 hits. MacArthur, their sole hit coming at the very start of this game with Campbell Harris. 2-0 now to Stevens. Checks his swing, but a quarter strike by Alex Palmer there on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Down and in the dirt, getting away. And up there for ball 4, so 7 Stevens will draw a walk. And another re-entry with Daniel Thwaites to come back into the game, taking back over from Ethan Katarak. Ball 1 for Thwaites. Thwaites takes over from Katarak, who had 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. One of those ones was a massive shot out to right centre field, which got all the way out to the fence for a stand-up triple. Stand-up double. As Matthew Harrison hit the triple to the fence. So 2-0 to Thwaites. Fires that one in there. Thwaites goes Oppo. Long run for Gaffney. all the way into the corner, and will just be a single for Thwaites. Jonah Chitty now at bat. Outside corner for strike one. One ball, one strike to Jonah Chitty. Swing and a miss by the ride catcher. One ball and two strikes. Cooper Owens working hard up on that mound, looking for out number two. Seven Stevens stands at second. Daniel Thwaites at first. Fly ball hit into centre field. AJ Nutman coming in for it. Unable to make the catch. Just falling in front of him. And it'll be a single there for Jonah Chitty. Long, high single into the night sky. And I'll bring up Matt Harris for the Ride Hawks. Two RBIs and a run scored to his name. And the two RBIs courtesy of that big shot. He punched all the way to the fence. Pretty sure you can see the best junior diamond in Sydney. Phantom touch-ups. Down the first base line, but foul out of play. As long as those grapes don't turn into wine, Kimmy and Neens, you should be okay out at the junior tournament next week. We've only had one aquatic hop so far, Givo, and that was in the previous game. 3 balls and 1 strike for Matthew Harris. It's been 2 and 1s, now 3 and 1. Mm-hmm. And that'll be a bases loaded walk for Cooper Owens. And we'll have a visit from the MacArthur manager. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with the rest of this inning. And Josh Nadai goes bang just missing the trees out there in left field. It's a long run for Jake Gaffney, and it's a bases clearing triple for Josh Nadai. He was going for that fence and he didn't miss it by much. And it's another 3 runs on the scoreboard for the Righthawks. You would think there'd come a point in a game where you're up by enough that you just start swinging and missing instead of running up the score like they are doing here. Sometimes it can just be a little bit disappointing. That pitch down and away. Alistair Ballantyne batting for the 2nd time in this inning. 5th time tonight. That's in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouls that one off. Out of play. 1 and 2 now for Ballantyne. 1 out here in the top of the 4th. And that one taking Ballantyne in the back. And I'll bring up Simon Slapetta for the Hawks. That one punched through the right side. Out to Lachlan White in right field. Josh Nadai comes in to score. Ballantyne moves up to 2nd. Slapetta picks up his 2nd hit of the evening. And Isabel Lambert will bat for the 3rd time. Little check swing offering at that one. Just gets it off the end of the bat. Just foul strike 1. And fouls that one off. Near us, but just far enough away. And the ball dropped in the crowd. No balls and 2 strikes now for Isabel Lambert. Ball getting away from Lachlan Lincoln Case behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes now for Isabel Lambert. Pokes that one, but a nice catch by Riley Hurst at 3rd base. And Simon Slapetta not tagging up on that one, probably doing it as a show of respect there for the 3rd out of the inning, and that is the top of the 4th in the books. And we will come back with the final inning of the Junior League State Championships when we return at the bottom of the 4th. Lincoln Case leading off for the MacArthur side. And Isabel Lambert on the mound. Fires in a strike on the outside corner. Josh Nedai has moved behind the plate. He'll finish off with the catching duties in this one. Jonah Chitty moves up to first base. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down on the dirt for ball 2. 2-2 now for Lincoln Case. Right, 23 runs on 19 hits, no errors. MacArthur, no runs, 1 hit, and 3 errors. It's been a gallant effort by them today. They had nothing in the tank left coming into this final. Every game that they had won, they went deep into their pitching staff. But they got the job done that they came here to do, and that was to qualify for the Junior League Championships in West Beach in May. And Lincoln Case, ground ball over to Ethan Katarak, picks it up, fires across to first base, gets him by a step. Lunging at the end was Lincoln Case. But Katarak's throw was just too strong, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Big swing and miss by Campbell Harris for strike 1. It's Riley Hurst now in the batter's box. His first at bat of the afternoon. One ball, 1 strike for Riley Hurst. Took that big daddy hack at a pitch above his head for strike 1. And that pitch in the dirt getting away. 2 balls and 1 strike now for Riley Hurst. Well, it's been a very enjoyable tournament. 4 great days of baseball, the Junior League and Intermediate League. New South Wales champions. As Riley Hurst goes back up to Isabel Lambert, who tosses over to Jonah Chitty at first base for the second out. Well, the intermediate champions have been crowned. It was Ride 9-0 over Hills. And we are 1 out away from crowning our Junior League champions. And it'll be the Ride Hawks taking both of these tournaments here at Aquatic Ballpark. Big thank you to the Manly Eagles Baseball Club for providing great facilities and all the hard work the ground crew have done over the course of the 4 days. The canteen has been absolutely pumped. And it was getting worked that hard last night that we did lose the lights during our game. But it only happened once. That ball fouled off, just missing a spectator behind the Ride dugout. Big thank you to all of our volunteers, our coaches, our executive officers, our assistant coaches, and of course our incredible scorers who do a great job keeping up with both the book and Game Changer so you at home can follow everything that's happening in all these games. Riley Elliott is the batter for MacArthur. 2 balls, 1 strike for him, and he just stands and looks at that one. It looks like he doesn't want to swing. And he's just going to stand there and take this pitch from Isabel Lambert on the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 now. Lambert with the pitch, and that's going to be outside for ball 4, so he draws the walk. We've had great fun calling these 3 games for you today. Lachlan New now the hitter for MacArthur. One ball, no strike to him. He takes that pitch in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. So 3-0 for Lachlan New, and he takes that ball in the dirt. So it looks like MacArthur are going to stand with their bats on their shoulders for a little while and make Izzy Lambert throw a strike. Riley Puckett now for MacArthur. Two balls and no strike for Riley Puckett. Shrinking all the way down, trying to diminish his strike zone. That pitch is up for ball 3. Few cheers coming out of the MacArthur dugout. Riley Puckett 3-0 now. And that'll be ball 4 to load the bases. And we'll see Matt O'Neill just come out for a quick chat for Isabel Lambert. And a swing and a miss by AJ Nutman. And a big thanks to everyone watching along at home for tuning in to this broadcast of this Junior League State Championship final. It looks like AJ Nutman's been sent up with the task to go up and swing away and finish this ball game. Everyone wants to go home just on 8 o'clock on Easter Monday. And it is a swing and a miss from AJ Nutman. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, your Junior League State Champions, the Ride Hawks red team. 23-0 in this final game of the Junior League State Championships. Congratulations to Matt O'Neill and his team. And it will be remiss of me not to congratulate Jeff Croft and his team over at MacArthur. As we've said a couple of times in the broadcast, their goal was to get to this final, which qualifies them for the National Championships. They did that, and they head to West Beach with the Ride Hawks in May. Once again, big thank you to everyone involved in putting this competition and tournament together, and we look forward to seeing you on a ballpark soon. But from myself, Luke Eisenhower, and Chris Hurley, and Eagles Baseball Sports Network, it's a very good night to everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We will bring you the presentation of the championship teams very shortly, so if you are still watching, stick around for that. Both teams are just having their post-game chats and the official party just getting together, so we'll bring you that very shortly if you're going to stick around for that.
So, those who weren't here before, my name's Mark Roberts, today and this weekend. And thank you all for coming and thank you for supporting these great teams. Both teams have performed really well during the competition. Some pretty close comebacks and some pretty good games, big hitting. Before I go too far, I'd just like to thank, as I did before, the Manly Club for everything they've done and getting the grounds up and the canteen that they've run. I'd also like to thank all the scorers, so particularly Vera, the scorers coordinator, and the teams that provide scorers who work tirelessly behind the scenes there to get all the stats together, which really makes my job a lot easier. Thanks to all the coaches particularly, they make my job pretty easy as well. I have to change things around at the last minute, lots of things happening, so thanks for your patience. And thanks for all your efforts, because you can see from these young kids here, or I'm going to call them young men and women, who are actually great role models for our sport and to all the younger players that look up to them coming through. So thanks very much, guys. And the last group is the one that's pretty close to my heart, is the umpires. We have a number of umpires. So I'll thank the guys from the Baseball Umpires Association came out and helped mentor some of our newer umpires. I have to think you'll say they all did a good job. And then thanks to the guys that have been coming back year after year. Anyway, with that, I'll hand over to the MacArthur coach, Nathan, who will give a bit of talk.
I don't know this, but I just want to Manly Baseball Club. The fields have been awesome to play on. 2 weeks ago, we weren't even sure if we were. So thanks very much for that. Baseball New South Wales, thanks for putting on the tournament. Umpires, scorers, and Ride far out. I'll take my hat off to you. You're freaking awesome. I've watched them for a few years, and they're just getting better and better. And I'm looking forward to seeing in Adelaide when we've got some more pitching. To our guys, the first 2 pitchers we had were 12 years old. We scratched, clawed, whatever we had to do to get to Adelaide was our goal. That was what these kids wanted, and that's what they achieved. So I'm sorry, Ryan, we couldn't put on a great event tonight. Hopefully we meet up and we can work a bit harder. To all our parents, all the training, all the time, effort, money, everything you put into it. These kids are so grateful. I'm grateful, and all Macarthur will be grateful. So thanks very much for the parents. And once again, congratulations to Matt and his team. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Nathan. Righto, I'll call on Matt O'Neill, the winning coach.
Thank you, Mark. Firstly, a manly, huge effort. Nathan said we didn't know if we'd be on this weekend, but credit to your volunteers, your grounds crew, fantastic effort. To Macarthur, I watched a fair bit of you guys this weekend, and I have no doubt you guys have the talent to do well in Adelaide. Look forward to hanging out with you guys on and off the field. Baseball New South Wales, Vass, Mark Roberts, and everyone else behind the scenes, thank you very much for all your efforts. The number of hours to go into running a tournament like this is huge, and you guys made it run on time, and it's fantastic. Thank you. To my guys, wow, you're a special bunch. I enjoy coaching you. I wasn't going to do junior league this year, but a little bit of pressure from the kids, and how can you not want to coach this group of kids? To my coaches, Joey, Matt Nixon, and Kerry Choi, thank you very much for all your efforts. Scorer Jane Heap. To all of our parents and supporters up on the hill, thank you very much. It's awesome to see so much red. I'm going to present the league medal now. This individual does everything I ask of her. She is a class act and has been around baseball for a few years at this level, and wonderful pitcher, but an even better character, Isabel Lambert. Lockie Heap and Joey, up you come.
That's every. Congratulations, Hawks, and good night.
There it is, right, Hawks holding very proudly that Junior League Champions banner. And one more occasion, well done to Matt O'Neill and his coaching staff, his players, and everyone involved in getting Ryde to the National Championships, and also Macarthur. Macarthur will be joining them down there. Well done to both teams. And now we'll say goodnight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we look forward to having you watch more baseball on Eagles Baseball Sports Network. But for now, it's good night.